In the previous session, we have studied that ionic compound is formed by the transfer of electrons from the metal atom to the non-metal atom. We have also learned that ions are the constituent particles in ionic compounds. There is strong electrostatic force of attraction between the positively charged ions and negatively charged ions. Let us now discuss the properties of ionic compounds with the help of this activity. Take samples of sodium chloride, potassium iodide, barium chloride or any other salt from the science laboratory. What is the physical state of these salts? Take a small amount of a sample on a metal spatula and heat directly on the flame. Repeat with other samples. What did you observe? Did the samples impart any color to the flame? Do these compounds melt? Try to dissolve the samples in water, petrol and kerosene. Are they soluble? Make a circuit and insert the electrodes into a solution of one salt. What did you observe? Test the other salt samples too in this manner. What is your inference about the nature of these compounds? Sodium chloride, potassium iodide, barium chloride are all ionic compounds, and ionic compounds exist as solids or they exist as crystalline solids. They are hard and brittle. Ionic compounds are hard and brittle. It means these compounds break into pieces when pressure is applied on them. And why are they hard? It is because of the strong force of attraction between the positive and negative ions. Sodium chloride, potassium iodide and barium chloride, when heated directly on the flame, will impart a characteristic color to the flame. Sodium chloride imparts yellow color to the flame, potassium iodide imparts lilac color to the flame, whereas barium chloride imparts green color to the flame. Let us discuss the next question given in the activity. Do ionic compounds melt? In the table, we can see the melting point and boiling point values of ionic compounds like sodium chloride, lithium chloride, calcium oxide and magnesium chloride. Boiling point lies in the range 1600 to 3000 Kelvin and the melting point lies in the range 1000 to 3000 Kelvin. These values are very high. Therefore, we can conclude that ionic compounds have high melting and boiling points. Now, why do ionic compounds have high melting and boiling points? This is because a very large amount of energy is required to break the strong interionic forces of attraction. Let water be taken in a beaker and kerosene be taken in a glass. Let sodium chloride be added to water taken in the beaker as well as kerosene taken in the glass. We can find that sodium chloride dissolves completely in water. Therefore, we can conclude that ionic compounds are soluble in water. We can also find that sodium chloride does not dissolve in kerosene. Therefore, we can conclude that ionic compounds are insoluble in kerosene. Consider the figure given. Let sodium chloride solution be taken in the beaker. 2 graphite electrodes are dipped in the solution. The electrodes are connected to the positive and the negative terminal of the battery through a bulb and a switch. When the switch is on, the bulb will glow, which shows that sodium chloride solution can conduct electricity. Therefore, we can conclude that an aqueous solution of an ionic compound can conduct electricity. Why is it so? It is because an aqueous solution of an ionic compound contains ions which move to the opposite electrodes when electricity is passed through the solution. Therefore, it is due to the movement of ions that an aqueous solution of an ionic compound conduct electricity. Ionic compounds in the solid state do not conduct electricity. It is because movement of ions in the solid is not possible due to their rigid structure. But ionic compounds conduct electricity in the molten state. It is because In the molten state, the electrostatic forces of attraction between the oppositely charged ions are overcome due to heat. Thus, ions move freely and conduct electricity.